everyone. Welcome to Lunchtime with Anna. I'm sorry we're running a few minutes late. Um, Technical difficulties. This happens to the best of us, right? So, I have a very special guest today. If anybody knows what today is, it's The Matrix 4 is coming out. So this is a very special guest. We worked together on another movie I come out in. That's Love Song and Power, which should be airing, I believe, January 2022. So if it's the Lord's will, it will come out on time. I wanted to first and foremost wish each and every one of you guys a very Merry Christmas. On behalf of Lunchtime with Anna, Merry Christmas to each and every one of you guys. Be safe out there. And remember, if you're drinking, do not drive because you will be in jail till Monday morning till the judge sees you. So let's try not to get in trouble. So now to the lady of the hour. Hi.
Hi. I hear something
So I wanted
in
to
the back area, so I was looking. Yes.
So I wanted to introduce you guys to Deborah Smith Ford. Deb and I worked together on the movie Love Song and Power. I mean, that cast and crew, I think I've worked with some amazing cast and crew, but they'll always be my favorite because you guys were the first for me. So I'm very proud of how awesome each and every one of you guys were. My God, your resemblance to Trinity is unbelievable. Like, the more I'm looking at you, I'm like, I didn't even realize that when we were face to face. That's funny.
There you go. Okay, here it is.
It is unbelievable. So tell the audience about yourself. What do you do? Tell them, with today being the day that the Matrix 4 has launched off, tell them the whole story because they'll have to hear it from you personally.
Well,
me telling it is not as good.
Right. I suppose we could start with 2019 and early 2020 when they decided to shoot Matrix 4. I didn't know Matrix existed when the first one came out. The second and third were shot together. So I found out accidentally by being that many years younger, just like the main characters are, walking around in the mall back when we could with no mask. And people kept following me and actually asking for my autograph. I remember checking out of a store and a lady, I thought she was talking to somebody else. So I was doing all this whiplash stuff, wondering what was going on. So I discovered that and I wasn't trying to be a Trinity or anybody. So I apparently she looks like me a little bit. Carrie Ann Moss is the actress. She's the full credits to her. And I was been acting for about 3 decades. So I was acting still at the time, of course. And I thought, well, let's add this maybe to my repertoire. But I decided that 3 months after the film had come and gone and people were noticing me. So my acting agents really didn't like the idea because I'm just pretending to be someone. And I don't think, other than Elvis Presley, Marilyn Monroe, now Michael Jackson, of course, there were just very few that were very, very, very popular, and usually singers. And they're called tribute artists. And then there's lookalikes like me. And then you can just be a sound-alike, and with a lot of makeup, you can kind of look like the character, blah, blah, blah. I wrote a book on it, so I'll try not to go into depth on that. But so I'm basically a lookalike, and I pay tribute to that look, but not with singing. So anyhow, I didn't listen to those agents. I found out there are lookalike agents, talent buyers, talent reps who rep you, managers, publicists, that kind of thing that I've been involved with since then. Had photographs taken, and started showcasing. That means you go on a stage, usually Las Vegas. I've been to Las Vegas for 15 plus years now, California, and other countries. And you get up and you just speak or do a little act, and that kind of, I've been in competitions as her in Canada, Fort Erie, Canada, and I won. Didn't win first place, but they recognized me. And that's how it all started. That was in this century. And then the 3 Matrix movies were accomplished. Sorry, they'll have to pat. So then everything kind of slowed down, and I did other characters. I've been Audrey Hepburn, I've been Queen of Narnia, I've been Mary Catherine Gallagher. I didn't even write those names down, but I've been about 7 different characters, but Trinity has been the most popular, and I like it the most. So I continued to go to sci-fi conventions, celebrity impersonator conventions, which has slowed down because, of course, of COVID. And then actually my clothes were wearing out because that vinyl doesn't last long. It tends to peel. I don't think she uses a leather. Now I think she uses leather and denim, actually, a new look. But I just, oh, well, there's not much going on with Matrix. And I said that 2 years ago. Then Matrix 4 was talked about, and it looked like it was happening. And I had 2 of my talent representatives submit me to be her double in the films. I read and saw that they were trying to use the same people, of course, which I'm sure they did, including the doubles and stunt people. I have my own stunt person from another movie in the past, and I learned that the hard way too. And all of a sudden, guess what? And that's where Anna comes in. Love Song and Power happened. So we had the book on that by Stevie Kinchin, and we started with Get TV Live and Marlene Palumbo, trying to give all the names, Prana Songbird. We started shooting Love Song and Power around the same time they were shooting Matrix 4. And I didn't hear back from them anyhow. We're in full swing now with COVID. And soon Matrix 4 moved to Germany to continue shooting. And I was not going to get on a plane during this thing with COVID and go there. And I am, and Eric with Love Song and Power said, Deb, you go do your thing. This is big if you want to do Matrix. But no one asked me to go anyhow. It was just in case. I knew I'd have to go to Germany. So I stayed here and we did Love Song and Power. And this is where I want to say, when Anna was saying how great working with everyone and how it was such a team effort with Love Song and Power, when she and her daughter came to be on set and be in the scene, and I have 82 credits or something on with film. I've been there, done that. And there are people, especially when they're brand new on set, you usually know when they're brand new on set. And I think I made this comment to you, but when we were hugging our goodbyes, she wasn't like that. She was good. She was polite. She was quiet. I didn't know she was in the building. She was in a corner. Her daughter, I even thought her daughter was someone new. It was one of our, I even almost gave her daughter some instructions of something to help me do. And because a lot of us besides acting were also behind the scenes. Right. Yes. Yeah. And I happen to be, what am I when you have to, I can't even, continuity. I tend to be continuity. Mm-hmm. Becky Brown is wardrobe, and we all have our multiple hats. Mm-hmm. So this hat, and for observance, was observing finally that this woman, oh yeah, I know who she is. And a teenager is with her. I think she was a teenager at the time. And I go, when did they get in here? And blah, 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 blah. So she was very quiet on set, exactly what she was supposed to do, and listen to instructions, because I'm the one that observes all this. And I'm the one that has to say, that's right, you did it, to Eric, usually to whoever the director is at the time. So I want to, if you can't tell, this is a compliment, a long-winded compliment, trying to tell Anna that she's great on set. So that's what I ended up doing off and on that year plus. We were in large buildings, wore our masks when we had to, and, did our thing for Love Song and Power, which is in editing now, I suppose, or at the end of it, and it should come out in a few weeks. And we're all excited about it. More so, I have to say, The Matrix 4, because I was part of Love Song and Power. And I actually wrote my 6th book, was about Love Song and Power from a child's perspective, what it's like to be behind the scenes and helping and such, and made a point that it was that movie. Yeah. So
I don't know
what was the question.
I love it. So I love it. No, you just said so many awesome things, and I had totally forgotten about that, and now I do remember that conversation. But you wouldn't believe this, and I actually did an interview. I actually did an interview this weekend that I was telling them about that first experience with Love Song and Power and how nervous I was. and what a wreck I was. And then it's almost like when the camera starts rolling, I know I have no choice but to be in character and be doing what I'm doing on set, because I want to give 100% in anything that I do in the industry at all times. So I'm just so grateful for you guys. But back to, you were submitted by two agents. Is that correct?
Talent reps.
Yes.
I think they're both considered agents. Yeah. One was a manager, one was an agent. And yes, they submitted me. You can't submit yourself on things like that, especially that large a scale. And no, as far as I know, no one got back. That's fine. And again, Love Song and Power happened. And I know what I would have said. No, I'm doing Love Song and Power. And I'll have to be honest, it was for health reasons. I did not want to get on an airplane and go to Germany at that point. That was early, scary COVID, where everybody was locking themselves in. So so good luck with them and such.
Yeah. I'm sure they had to shut down the cast a few times. You know how that goes when there's an outbreak and you're on set. But one thing I'll say is when we were there on set, Deb was a lot like me. She kept her mask on. I think I only pulled it down to film and to take a picture. I'm really big on COVID protocol, let's say, because I don't want to get sick. So I think
where's my mask?
I've evaded.
Where's my mask? Here we go.
So you said, okay, there's so much that you said. You guys, she is amazing. How many people do you know are doing these many things within the industry? So you said, okay, so I'll start with one of the things that I heard you say. You've done a few impersonations, but by far your favorite was Trinity from The Matrix. Now, why is that? Is it because of the similarity, or is it something more like, okay, no, Anna, it's just we are one, even though we're really two different entities, if that makes sense.
You mean myself and the character? I didn't catch all of it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's the difference between me just being what I do as me or as Trinity only?
No. So you mentioned that out of all the impersonations you've made, right, that Trinity was thus far your favorite. And I'd like to know why is it? Is it because you can relate more to her? Is it just you kind of feel like you guys are one?
Multiple reasons. Number one, I'm lazy. The other characters are more difficult. They have harder voice. I mean, I just do my own voice with Carrie Ann and Queen of Narnia and Kate Jackson from Charlie's Angels. It's voices. It's if you know Mary Catherine Gallagher from Superstar, she's quite an extreme. When I used to do Mary Catherine, I would do Trinity and Mary Catherine and no mask, no major makeup, and people did not know I was the same person because she's so slapstick comedy. I would say she's my second favorite, but because I'm a different age range now than when I started being her quite a while ago, you have to be careful with slapstick comedy. You need a stunt person for that sometimes. So besides just being easier to be Trinity, and I feel I roll out of bed a little easier looking like the character, you know, the sunglasses and black clothes help, but you don't have to do with Queen of Narnia. I made most of it. The wig with the icicles coming out. I made a fake faux fur, huge fur coat with pockets inside, my wand, you know, everything. And I learned some of the lines of all the shows, be it television or film, of course. And when I said showcasing, usually you just get up and answer questions, you know, who are you and that kind of thing. But you have to do it in their voice and add a little flavor to it, especially if that movie or TV show isn't hot at the time. It could be 5-15 years old. You know, with Elvis Presley and Marilyn Monroe, you can get away with, and Michael Jackson, you can get away with those things. You know, they're always going to be there. But Dolly Parton. and she's alive. So I add that because so many of them are deceased that are the ones we really remember the most. Dean Martin is very popular. And again, they're all singers. So when you have a non-singer dress, and I wear black and white normally as Deb anyhow. So when I go out, I dress as myself, prescription glasses, those sunglasses I put on, or just my normal sunglasses. But yes, I try to choose them as close as possible as the film glasses. And it's just so much easier. And I like it. I like action characters. I played action characters in films as other characters, you know, so that's fun too. But wait a minute, I got to show you one.
Yes, I want to see it.
This is
you
called.
Guys know Anna likes getting the exclusive.
This is how. Well, this one is Haldam. 3.5 hours makeup, just pretty much on the face. When I did the underwater shots, they had to, you can't see my ears there. Well, here you can. This green screen, my fingers, my chest, my legs. I had to climb things. I had a stunt double for her, and I got to go to Norway because of her, because of the film's called Beowulf, Prince of the Geats, and Geats, and not Angelica, what's her name? The one that was married to Brad Pitt, or they still are, I don't know. Her. She was doing
Angelina
a Beowulf
Jolie
movie the same time. Thank you. I was close on the beginning of it. Angelina Jolie and I were the same character, and her film ended up being more animated. I think she just had the twins or something, and I'm sure she, wasn't. I'm not saying it was not in top shape. Not that I was either, but that was interesting to talk about for a while. But she was animated, and I was me, as you saw, with a lot of green screen and special effects, of course, behind me and that kind of thing. And going to Norway, I was allowed to take my husband. That was something I would never have done if I hadn't been part of that film. And someone just saw me. Actually, they'd already chosen a male to do that part, a man. And I have green belt jiu-jitsu experience, but from way back. And this fellow was and they wanted that. So they chose him, but they hadn't met me yet. And then the director was passing through Florida, he was from Ohio. He was visiting Weeki Wachee, the mermaid place, to find, because he knew we had to shoot underwater. So that's where he set that up. Came down, and a friend of a friend kind of thing pointed to me, and I met him in a restaurant parking lot. And he goes, yeah. And I made my own little video. I made ears and the whole bit. And so he put it all together. And it was over a year later, when I was still doing other projects, that he decided I should be part of that. So that was about 2 years, just like A Love Song of Power. There was no COVID going on. That word's going to unfortunately come up in all our conversations. But that was a big part of my life, too. And that followed a commercial I did that was nationwide and aired every day for a year. So I got my foot in the door with that too. And then all this lookalike impersonator stuff was kind of on the back burner for a while. I still went to the conventions, but you do what the money comes in and or what you like. And if both happen at the same time, that's a blessing in disguise.
Amen to that.
I've had a lot of blessings.
I totally agree.
Yeah. So, and then when I know I'm looking at my paper of all the things that have happened in the last few weeks, and it's either feast or famine, really. It just, a lot happens at once, which it has had. And I don't realize it till I start putting it on paper, even though, that was 6 weeks ago. That was last week. And one of them was a year ago. Can I show that? Can I show that one that came out right when COVID, and I didn't get to share it with hardly anyone?
Absolutely.
Me on a real magazine cover. Yes. And there's a 4-page spread of the article.
I remember that.
And it was about my writing, Story Monsters, Inc. And it was 2020, early 2020. And that was a happiness. But I didn't get to share it. They gave me some copies, and then you can buy extra to give out. But I had no conventions were happening. They were all canceled, still are. And I was going to give to my entertainment friends, and writers would be nice, so that's the author side of me. So let me see if there's anything. I have some other things I'm saving. when you're ready. Okay,
So,
take it away.
no. No, that's fine. So okay, you're just so amazing, Deborah. You really are. You're a beautiful soul. And Madeline, I absolutely love you. You're just complimenting her away, and it's just awesome.
There's somebody on the screen.
That's awesome. Markel, that was part of the cast that I was interviewing this weekend, and they have something coming out. And to see their closeness, they remind me a lot of the cast and crew of Love Song and Power. It's not your regular cast and crew, you know? So I really enjoyed interviewing them as well. So thank you, Markel, because I know you're super busy too for tuning in. So I have to go back to, okay, you have your impersonations. You said you hadn't even heard of The Matrix whenever they were asking you, okay, so are you Trinity? You know, Neo and Trinity, you know, and Morpheus, you know, and I know because I'm a Matrix fan myself. So, you know, oh, Trinity, can I get your signature? You know, how long did it take you to actually watch a movie and be like, oh, I do kind of resemble her?
I'd like to back up a moment. When the question started, and they didn't say Trinity necessarily right away, and they didn't necessarily know it was Carrie-Anne Moss. And when I signed my own name, by the way, I don't sign her name. My name is 3 names. And if you go by Debbie Jean, that I grew up with, Debbie Jean Ford, Carrie-Anne Moss, you know, people go, oh yeah, it's 3 names, all the same amount of letters. But still, you know what I thought, who they thought I was? I had just finished the Citracal commercial, the one I mentioned that was national. Went 10,000 people. I was the only one that was chosen that was non-union. I'm union eligible now because of that commercial. But I had just finished it, and it airs all the time. So when they're asking for the commercial, they just look at me, oh, it's you. I thought it was me as Farmer Ford. I went by on the commercial, TV commercial, because why wouldn't it be? And then Matrix, one of the movies, just happened to be going on at the same time, or advertising for it. So I'm excited. I'm not signing Trinity or anything. I'm signing Deb Smith Ford, Farmer Ford. And I think someone finally said, you're a farmer in the movie? Something like that. And I got, what? Who do you think I am? And then I go, oh no, it burst my bubble because it's not me after all, right? They think I'm somebody else, which they did, but it burst a double bubble.
I love it.
So that sounds funny, a double bubble. So being a double, right? So I'm good at puns, not on purpose. So they I found out totally accidentally because I'm thinking I'm signing Farmer Ford.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So that I forgot that happened. This brings, yeah. So that was interesting. And what the question though was, oh yeah, I didn't see the movie. So I of course you had to go to YouTube or something. The movies were over. They were just advertising for the second and third movies. And I had nothing, and I go, and then like I said, I went to the acting agents, and even though they were being polite, well, you know, just like your headshot, which I don't have that here. Yeah, that's fine. You need to, oh yeah, modeling, here. Let me throw that in. You do the modeling pictures, you do the headshot.
That is very beautiful in person. She really is, yes.
And so, of course, you need to, that was a long time ago, you need to do the lookalike pictures. So, and guess where I went? No offense to them. I don't know if they're still around. The ones that you pose like this or have the rose in your mouth or something.
Glamour shots.
Places are called.
Glamour shots?
Good for them. I also didn't know all the rules that you can't use those photos for what you want to use them for. You just give them to grandma and grandpa. You can't use them for things I needed to use them for. Well, I didn't know that yet. Yeah. So I go there and I have no real black attire yet, just normal black. So I use normal. I walked into that place and I had that's where I got, what's that? Oh, there's another store. It doesn't matter. And I got this plastic kind of almost raincoat looking thing, but it working for a picture. Then they were going to do a full shot. So I had boots from Sears and Roebuck, men's boots, work boots, and regular black pants that I already had, And then when I did the, hair was all ready. And then there was a man with sunglasses and sunglasses. So I borrowed dark sunglasses that weren't mine. And those were my first pictures. Then when I got them, I was so excited and said, "Oh no, you look like so-and-so." Yep, that's why I'm using the pictures. No, you can't. I think there's a fee now, $25 extra, or when later they decided, oh, we better let the people. So I did what I had to do.
Because they charge an arm and a leg at that time. If you recall, Deb, they charge an arm and a leg.
I'm not trying to put that side of it necessarily down, just the fact that, oh, I need pictures. And, and I didn't, my agent, there's photographers, but they usually come from out of town 3 times a year or something, and I needed them right now. So then, like you said, oh, well, I kind of look like her anyhow. So what's been best is people just see me, especially with sunglasses, and that's all I really need. But I got excited, and it was fun posing, and I guess, and men's work boots, and gave the sunglasses back. And then I go, oh, I got to get prescription sunglasses. I can't see beans in front of me without, so that was an investment, but it all is. I can't imagine these. I'm glad I'm not an Elvis Presley. And there are female Elvis Presleys, by the way. Everybody wanted me to be a Cher, but I don't sing. And you just walk around and be Cher. No, that's okay. So these one piece sequin Elvis Presley outfits with big buckle, and everything. They have those made, thousands of dollars, a lot of money. So I go, oh, good. Mine's kind of cheap. But I can always use the sunglasses. That's my biggest investment. So not that you asked all that part, but yeah, there's parts within.
But in all actuality, Deb, is Cher really like a great singer? I don't recall many hits that she had, so maybe you could have slid.
I'm not hearing all that. It's a big industry. Is that what you said? Yes.
No, what I was saying was I'm not sure that Cher is the greatest singer anyway. I'm sure you could have slid. I'm sure you would have.
Well, that kind of yeah, it's not like, well, Celine and Madonna, all those. Yeah. Anyhow, I don't have about that.
Just my
I don't care if I was a
opinion.
spitting image, I would not be doing it. Yeah. Sorry, got to my nose again. Just me.
So, okay. So, how many projects, if I may ask, since you started within the industry,
I'm ready.
You've done some of everything.
I'm ready.
There she goes. I knew that it was coming. How many projects have you done within the industry?
Oh, you mean, total? I don't have that number.
It's a lot, huh?
Just in the last few weeks was with Trinity. It's been one that I don't know if that went live or not, shared about Las Vegas, and I look too much like her. There's that one that I just did. There's one coming up in Bonita Springs with Keith Wallace. He's going to be Morpheus. I'm sure there's going to be more with Trinity after today. Oh, go ahead. Did you say hold that thought?
No, I was saying that's awesome. That's awesome that, you've been doing all of those already.
Yeah. And then I'm writing my 7th book, but it's on hold because the only boss over me for that is me. So that's on hold. I'm going to be in a new book called the 2nd edition of, I didn't write the name down. Yeah, Daily Doubles. And it's all celebrity impersonators. And I got 4 pages in it and 2 photos. And it's by C.J. Morgan and Jack Ballard. She's a Dolly Parton and he's a Jack Nicholson. That's coming out. They want it out this week before Christmas, but we'll see. I don't know. It'll be soon though. Amazon will carry it. Then of course we can't forget Love Song and Power and all the music videos and things that Prana has done. And she's done some photo shoots. I have a studio here and they stay with us sometimes. And I do a lot of things involved with them. Appreciate it. And then the oldest project that I was proud of was last year on the magazine. And then I have my website. I may have forgotten that. Not many things. It's when they all try to happen at once. That's not good. Yeah. I like it when they're spaced out a little. Anyhow, that's nice.
Absolutely no, and I think we all do, because you don't realize, and especially when you give 100% in the industry, you don't realize how burnt out you are until you take a break. And then you're like, I was really tired. I just kept going because I had to work.
On the phone.
It's okay. I've been having all kinds of glitches going on over here.
Oh, there you are. It's just leaning against my laptop. Let me shift it back a little, then I'll disappear, but that's okay. 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 It's a glitch. I got to get that word in. I'm having glitches. Yeah.
I've been having glitches since the interview started. My phone's tried to tumble down like 4 times, and I just don't get it. And this never happens. It never wants to fall over. The whole setup I have with lights and everything trying to fall over. I'm like, what's going on here? So you can't hear me?
I heard that. The other was in and out with funny noises.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. I don't hear anything now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So no, what I was saying was it's okay because I've been having glitches too myself. All interviews.
Yes. Well, glitches. Or boo-boos.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you said you've written 6 books so far, and you're on your 7th, and you're taking your time. You said you had written 6 books so far, and
did you ask
you're
me
on
something?
number 7, and you're taking your time.
Did you say
Can you
7?
tell me which are the 6 books?
7th book is what I'm working on. Yes, very beginning. I'm trying to remember what I'm writing about. Oh, I know what it is. It's from a child's perspective, of course, attending a film red carpet event when a film was first released, like today with Matrix 4. But really, the intention is to follow up on this book having to do with Love Song and Power, because now Love Song and Power will be on the red carpet. So that's what the 7th book is all about. All the excitement and glitter and fancy clothes and interviews.
Yes, I cannot wait for the red carpet for Love Song and Power. I am so excited. I think I'm more excited than the rest of you guys. I really do.
Did you say you can't wait?
I'm overexcited.
I don't. Okay, can't hear.
You can't hear me?
I like your pose there.
That I think I'm more excited than everyone else from the cast and crew of Love Song and Power. I'm over excited about what's coming and that red carpet. Can't wait.
Yeah. You're excited about what's coming.
Love Song and Power.
And yes, I am too.
Red carpet. So,
and I'm guessing, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you fine.
I'm guessing there'll be more than one red carpet event. No?
I can't wait. I can't wait. If the listening audience can hear me okay, let me know, because, you know, if we're having technical difficulties, I'd like to fix it so that we're having a good interview. So please let me know if you guys cannot hear me okay, because I know, you know, we've been having technical difficulties on both ends. So, okay. But you've written 6 other books, you said, right? Which books are
published? Yeah. Funny you should Here's the
She's
fifth
ready.
book. I brought up 2 books. This is the last illustrated one I had done, behind the scenes, and it's a child's perspective, although it's 25 chapters long, at a celebrity impersonator convention, 2 conventions called Sunburst Celebrity Impersonators and the Real Awards, held in Vegas, and the Sunburst is held in Orlando every year. And I've been there about 15 years to each one. And
Nice.
it's in color and not in color, but this one's a black and white. And then the end, notice it covers stage, film, television, you name it. And a long glossary for kids to see what some of the terminology is that we use. Like when I said I was a continuity person. Continuity, what's that? No. So then this is the last book. It's only 20 chapters. I went to photographs. That is not my hand, it's not my photo. We've had different students here. And this gal is from Czech Republic, and she was visiting, about to graduate as a veterinarian. We have a veterinarian practice, and she worked with us for several weeks. So she took this photo on one of her holidays, they say. And then I put, if you notice, this to represent clapboard, to represent film work, because you can go anywhere to shoot a film. And then she's wearing Allie'sAdventures.com. So those are my last 2. And the other books, 4 books, are geared for younger children. 2 of them are about being on an apple farm, because I grew up as a young one on an apple farm in upstate New York, in Wolcott, New York. And so I wrote about that. And then in between, I've been a shuttle missionary with World Concern, and my husband and I would travel helping others and trying to help others. And we learned probably just as much, if not more, from them, and mostly in Kenya, Africa. So 2 books are about Africa. Wow. I like to write what I've experienced, what I think I know. I guess most of us do. So even though they're still fiction. So that's that. And my books, and the series name is Allie's Adventures, because Allie is the main character. And taken after pictures of me when I was little. It was the artist's idea, so that was fine. And then in each book, I have someone new.
I like that.
I'm sure you're in this. You're in this last one, I'm sure. Yeah. And sorry for this one came out this year, and the book before that, I had everybody's names listed, but it was so long. So if you're in it, it's in, you see yourself in the story. So honor this, honor that. If you're not in that one, you'll definitely in the one coming up. Yeah, for sure. Because I might have already gotten this printed before you came on set.
Yeah, because if you recall, I was just kind of added on. I was just kind of written on last minute, so on the cast. So, but I don't care. Well, I'm always proud of that project.
Now you'll be in the story, not just on Love Song and Power, but because you're interviewing a Deb. There's a Deb in the story. Just a coincidence. And so you're interviewing Allie's friend, Deb. And in the movie, don't you play yourself or play someone you're interviewing Prana, aren't you? In one of the scenes?
I do. I play Lunchtime with Anna. Right. And normally when I come out in any of her videos or anything, that's usually what I'm doing. I'm interviewing her or something like that. So I think that's just kind of like
I remember Eric setting up a microphone for you. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There was a microphone there. I don't know if it was turned on or anything, but it was to show that you were interviewing her. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it almost felt, I was actually looking at those pictures yesterday. It almost felt like a real set. So we can make anything work on set. All you need is the right equipment even if it looks like it, So
yeah, you have to.
Absolutely.
Even if in a small space, yeah, it worked.
And we did. We made it work. So me personally, and I'll ask you that towards the end, how to get all the information to go ahead and order all of this. But I want to go a little more into who you are. Um, when okay, you get to do these impersonations, but meanwhile, I'm sure you want to be Deborah Smith Ford, and you want to be your own actress. How difficult is that for you to get away from Trinity's character? Because is it hard? And again, Deb is very beautiful in person, like very beautiful and very quiet. I absolutely love her spirit. So.
The check's in the mail.
It's just the truth. Only saying the truth.
I think I'm supposed to kind of be a comedian. I haven't tried that yet. I hear that's very, very hard. So just because you're kind of funny when you're uncomfortable, maybe, and it's okay, or I'm timid, and yet I'll blurt out things like that, and the house lights up, kind of, they think it's cool, but it's nothing I plan. With a real comedian, you have to stage your act and know what to say and not say, and sometimes, because a lot of my Roseanne Barr impersonator is a friend of mine, and how many comedians? Jack Benny, we got how many out there that are straight comedians, and it's really tough to be that, but I still love comedy. So that's where you put it. When you're not on stage being a comedian, you just get a part in a movie or a TV show, and you be funny if they let you.
Yeah.
But your question was how to just be me. Just be me is not even film. It's just me as a mom, and with grown children, and a grandparent that I don't get to see very often. But we just saw our 3 grandchildren last week. And we used to have, this was kind of a farm that we live on. We used to have chickens. We collected eggs when the kids still lived here, and cows. That's the real me. Now we don't do it now. It just because tending to cows and pigs and chickens is a big job. And there's only 2 of us now, a little older, and it was for the kids, for Pete's sakes. Inside was fish and hamster, all kinds of stuff. And having a veterinary practice, sometimes back then we ended up with other people's animals here to take care of them over the weekends and such. And when we did the missionary side of our life, that was taking care of animals in Kenya, that kind of thing. And I taught, because I just happened to have a teaching degree. So I never taught, but I taught for a few years. Took 21 years to get my final degree because it was part-time everyththing. And that's what I remember, because it was so many years, 21 years trying to get a degree and being a mom and owning we own 4 or 5 offices at once, treating animals, and I worked part-time there too. Doing all that was more me. It'll always be, because I can't live long enough to experience what I do now as long.
Absolutely.
See what I mean? But if this is another part of my life, then yes, I enjoy it. Yes, I enjoy the Trinity part. I'm glad a film came out and I get to be her again, so to speak. I don't like that quote stuff, and meeting Eric Krefeld, I think it says, and Prana Songbird, and working on their projects, meeting someone great like you. This is amazing. I wouldn't have been able to do this. I raised kids full time and didn't try to work. I didn't have to. I was fortunate in that respect. So now it's turned around, and I get to have fun and still say I'm working. So
absolutely.
And the books. I wrote articles. Yeah. Pardon?
Oh no, what I was going to say was absolutely. And see, what you say is so true. Once we become a mother, a wife, all of that stuff, it's almost like you drown, like you forget everything you are and your whole being to be that first. So I totally understand. And she's so true. Madeline, you're beautiful. I want to meet you, Madeline. I really do.
Yeah.
You are a.
Well, I need to credit my hubby when he these kids our kids too went to the animal hospital, and it was good for them to learn to not when they're babies, but so I could do my homework. Can you imagine my husband? Now, some of those 21 years was before I married. So it was about 18 years going to school, and 5 of those years were full-time going to college with children in elementary, junior high age. So my husband had to do a lot. He was, helping with the supper. We have a 2-story house here. I'm upstairs studying. The kids are playing down, below. We didn't have a studio back then. So it was, I'm not going to say struggle. It was just, you do with what you got to do to see the goal. And the goal then was a degree in case I needed it later on. Excuse me. Like not now. No school would want me now, but that's okay. And if I didn't have that teaching degree, I might have not gone to go to Africa. Right. I might not gone to Africa because they were only looking for medical people, teachers, and agriculture. And I wouldn't have fallen into that. And I was 3 months shy of graduating. So I came back and finished my degree, but they accepted me anyhow because I had taken all my classes and ready, and that was that. So, and then Norway wouldn't have happened without the film, and Citracal wouldn't have happened if I just didn't happen to be, know how to drive a tractor. They were going to hire someone to drive the tractor. I had to really drive in the commercial. I did it. Now, granted, we didn't have a tractor at home anymore. It was someone else had it in Mississippi, but that's beside the point. So we went to someone's home who had a tractor, and I practiced for 2 weekends driving the tractor. But when I got on the set, of course, it was a different tractor. It's like driving different cars. And I fortunately know how to drive stick shift. That's all there was when I grew up. And so I drove this tractor without contact lenses, without corrective lenses. You just put in a takeout, whatever they tell you to, right? And my shoes were black. The pedals on the tractor were black. And the background where the pedals stick through on the foot of the tractor was black. I couldn't see beans, and I had to drive carefully and not hit the camera man that was on the ground shooting some of his angles up, and that's what's shown in the commercial. Anybody can go to YouTube and look it up. So everybody has things like that happen, I suppose. But that was, and a hurricane had just hit the area close to Miami where I was shooting, and the roof of the house had come off, and they placed it back on. And if you look carefully in one of the videos I'm in for that commercial, there's like 15, 30 second, 60-second shots, you can see where the house top, the roof and the base of the house are separated. Things like that. Wow. Oh, and there was a dog commercial that had never done a commercial before. He was great. He was better than me at the beginning. He took orders, commands, really well. So that was really fun, Citracal. I'll have to say that. And that's just before Trinity Matrix thing happened for me. It's all kind of gone in different sequence of events. And now that I look back and I see all that, I go, yeah, one fed the other. That was good. Maybe I wouldn't do that one again, but I honestly can't say that. I really learned from all the above. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I don't think anyone can ever learn enough. Like there's no amount of not learning, because you're always going to learn something every time you go on set. That's for sure. Anytime you're on set.
Well, look what I just learned to go on this show because of my glitch. What did I call? I called last night. I don't know if I can do so. Use the telephone. This phone is lacking, I don't know the terms, something, memory or something, and it said it wouldn't do it, but it's doing it right now. So, knock on wood. So things like that, and then you call the cable people, and they can't come till tomorrow, and you learn. What am I doing? And I actually, yeah, go ahead. Sorry,
I told you last night, I said, just take a deep breath, leave it all alone. Hopefully we'll get something up and going by tomorrow by the time we air. If not, we'll air Thursday. Not a big deal. I'll do anything for any of the Love Song and Power cast. You guys are just all so beautiful. Go ahead.
And because you got back with me, even though it was so late, sorry I called so late, I got some sleep. Oh. I probably wouldn't have if I didn't hear your and I'm still holding and I don't have to hold my breath anymore now. Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And, you know, and it all fell in place. It all fell in place. Now I want to ask you, so you're a writer, an actress, an impersonator, mom, wife. What else am I missing?
I don't sing. I don't do brain surgery. I like to do freestyle dance, but I'm not a ballroom dancer. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of things. Oh, I have claustrophobia, so probably scuba diving's out, but I love the water. I'd like to try surfing, but I don't like sharks. Are you kidding? There's tons to do out there.
Surfing's actually very fun. Surfing's actually very
and
fun.
I can do all I do right
it.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually, you know, Florida is the best place to do any of that. You're absolutely right. One thing I want to do, and I don't know, maybe you might be interested in, if you're afraid of heights, it is not for you, but I'd like to try skydiving in my lifetime and put that in my bucket list. So I'm looking for a partner. I can't find one.
Good luck. I don't like heights either. Although I hear not liking heights doesn't have much to do with skydiving, as long as you close your eyes when you go out the door. But they'll push you out if you need to. Yeah. I've had a lot of friends do that. Yeah.
Yes. So it just seems like something fun. I like the adrenaline rush of it. And oh, look, see, Madeline will do it with me. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Maddie.
There you go.
I love it.
Great job, Madeline. I'll go up in the plane with you. Oh, I can be the one that pushes you out. Or Maddie will. Maddie will go with me.
Yes. Yeah, I absolutely. So it's just something I want to try in my lifetime. Just put it in my bucket list. But so you mentioned a project that you were going to do, and you were playing Trinity.
Let me see. Oh, the new one coming up in Bonita?
Yes. Can you tell us a little bit? Yes, as much as you can tell us about it.
I don't know a lot. I've even forgot where we're going. Okay. No, Keith Wallace has an entertainment company. Oh, I'm blank on his company. Don't be mad, Keith. But if you look up his name, Keith Wallace, I'm sure it'll show his entertainment company that he owns and runs. And that is who hired me to be Trinity to his Morpheus, among other characters there's going to be. We're just going to portray those. And I think it's like a meet and greet, not showcasing, just to let people, especially this time of year. It's going to be in January, but still, Matrix is still going to be hot then, I'm sure. And I hear there's a Matrix 5 coming. That don't quote me. And that's in Bonita Springs at some place. I'd tell you, but I don't know the place yet. I think it's like a community center kind of thing, and people are probably eating or having some kind of get together, and we're part of that. But it'll be spread out. The whole idea, we'll all be spread out, and you know, still the darn COVID thing. But that's all I know on that one. That's January 13th. I've been kind of listing it on my own Facebook page, and as I know more, I'll share it. And that's all I know with Trinity on that. I was going to go in February to Vegas again for another lookalike convention, but it was just canceled. So that's this, yeah.
And it seems like everything's getting canceled.
Calm down, I'll go back. Yeah.
You were saying,
yes.
I'm sorry, I lost you there for a second. You were saying, other than that, what?
Oh, no, that's okay. I said when things calm down, then I'll go back to writing my 7th book. I always have my writing I can do, so.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And it seems like, actually, Deborah, you and I had this conversation last night because people are not following rules, or whatever, protocol, whatever you want to call it. We're having cases, flare-ups of COVID, and that we're not very happy about. But, you know, it's going to put a strain on a lot of things for a little while. But hopefully soon we'll get things on track. You know,
Yes, unfortunately.
yeah. And like I mentioned to you, I'm fully vaccinated.
Well,
I need to go in for my booster.
just like the interview. Oh, just like this interview. And I don't know if technically that's the right word. We could do this not long ago, at least 10 plus years. I flew or drove to interviews. I had one in multiple places out of Florida where I live, and that's all any of us knew. If you were going to have an interview, you were there, and unless it's local, you'd still to them. But this is great. I appreciate it, and yeah.
So, and I'll tell you, Deborah, when COVID happened, right? What I did was I decided to go solo. And I left the station because everything shut down. Everything was pretty much at a standstill. So when I went solo and I realized, man, this is stuff. I can sit at home. I can still interview my guests. I can love on my guests and just give them that undivided attention from the comfort of their own, space that they're at and the comfort of my space. This room right here is totally an equipment room to air. That's all I use this room for. Only time I'm in this room is when I'm airing. So for me, it's something that I take so serious. I love each and every guest so much, and your stories are all out of this world because I'm like, what are the chances that I'm interviewing? And I know if anybody's just flipping, they'll be like, or scrolling, they'll be like, wait a minute, is that Trinity from The Matrix? But what are the chances that you get those opportunities in life? I've never been called, oh, you look like so-and-so, or you act like so-and-so. I'm Anna. I'm Lunchtime with Anna. I think that's the only person I'll ever be. But it's an honor for you to be able to do that. And anybody who's walked and met you, right, I cannot wait to meet you neither in person, Stevie. You are just such a beautiful soul. This is the writer of Love, Song, and Power. He is the writer of Love, Song, and Power.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
So, and I'm looking forward to just meeting everybody in person and just taking pictures with everybody, taking pictures galore with everybody, because to me, this is a $1 billion project just because of the amazing cast that we had.
Well,
I want to go back to The Matrix. Did you mention that there's rumors that there's already a 5 floating around?
Madeline, it was coming and going right there when Stevie was there. I lost you.
Okay.
Sorry.
What I was asking was, speaking of The Matrix, right? You mentioned that there's rumors of a part 5 coming up already.
Just what I've seen that's popped up on my phone and kind of thing, and in interviews with Keanu and Carrie Ann kind of thing. Nothing that I know secretly. It'd be anybody could catch it. I don't know why they wouldn't, and especially do it fast. They shot Matrix 2 and 3 at the same time. I understand, right? Boom, boom, boom. And I don't know why they don't do a 4 and 5. So now the budget will be different. I know the budget was a whole big thing for the first one. There was no budget, and then or low, and then 2 and the directors at the time had to shoot a movie before Matrix 1 to prove they could direct, and they did. So then they got to do Matrix 1 and got a little bit of money, and then rented a warehouse for the main actors to learn their martial arts and hire, instructors. And then 2 and 3 happened quickly, and that's about when I became aware of Matrix because of similarity. And now, with about 20 years later, the actors are still able to do their thing, and I don't know why there wouldn't be a 5 or 6. Well, look at Star Wars, Indiana Jones, you name it, Star Trek, all those that kept Star Trek, kept going. And of course, it'd be silly for me not to enjoy it and try to and learn from it, because that keeps me going. So, and what I do. But other than that, I think it's great. If those are tired of it or don't, I think it's the ones that never liked it to begin with. If there's anybody out there like that, and then that you're going to hear that from them. But poo with them.
Yeah, The Matrix is good stuff. Good, real good stuff. And like I was telling you, Deborah, yesterday, I believe The Matrix is very religious if you kind of look at it. You have Trinity, you have Morpheus, you have Neo, and they're all connected to the Bible if you think about it, technically.
I'm glad you said that, because that's been mentioned. And also on the technical, on the, what is it, people that do the special effects and all that, apparently movies, I can't think of any right now, but movies that followed The Matrix use The Matrix as a you know, not a copy, but an idea of how to do things. And I can't imagine how The Matrix is going to look now with 20 years later. I'm not that I'm saying I'm not I like real people in a movie, but not that animation and special effects aren't fun sometimes, and use them I like them used interchangeably, but the ability to do it, that's what I'm getting at. And how much they do of that, it's fine. And when you got, it's sci-fi, hello, anything goes. That's why when I've been at conventions doing my signing of stuff myself, or as Trinity and that kind of thing, the first thing they'll say to me, oh, you died in the such and such movie. What are you doing here? Make a comment. And I look them straight in the face and I go, you do know it's a science fiction movie? And then they usually, you know, because they go, and she's coming back, I hear. Oh, then everything's okay. Yeah. But they get just like narrow, and I'm thinking, I can't even believe I'm saying this to, someone who's standing in front of me dressed like Pinocchio or something. And then they say that. So not Pinocchio, but you know, they come as a fantasy characters, a lot of them at these sci-fi conventions. You see, there's so many characters, probably more of them I don't recognize than I do, because I don't look at that stuff. And ask my mother. My mother is still alive. She's 98 and a half. And
God bless her soul.
When I first was being Trinity, of course, she knew nothing. If I didn't know about it, she knew nothing about it. She saw me on the Citracal commercial, and then she knew that was real. Oh, good. And knew, I got paid, and oh, it was salary. Oh, that's nice. And then, because all she's thinking is, she was a single mom and taking care of money was a big issue for her. And then she sees Matrix 2 or 3 being advertised that the movie's coming. And my mom sees that, sees Carrie Ann Moss. I'm in the living room, and she goes, oh, you didn't tell me you're in that movie. How much did you get? Don't spend it all in one place. That was my mother. I'm not quoting her, but that was close. And then the whole deal was the idea that she thought she's my mother, and she thought that was me. And it wasn't. Yeah. So I thought that was cool. Yeah.
So now, if she absolutely thought it was you, obviously you do resemble her. Like, I was looking at you when we first started interviewing. I'm like, it's candid. Yeah. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Now I want to ask you, are there any
Carrie Ann has blue eyes.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I was going to say some little differences. Yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
She has blue eyes. I have hazel. Yeah. Blue, hazel, green. But with the sunglasses, the other glasses, it doesn't matter. Should I put those on again? And
yes,
her nose is a little different shape. I have her mask. They made a mask of my face too for another movie, the one that was the Beowulf movie, so I can compare them. But everything else is quite similar, or height, etc. So, and I like to say she looks like me. Excuse me, she looks like me. Yeah, too.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Because you're the original. There you go. So I want to ask, is there any other souvenirs, memoirs, anything that you like to show, posters, anything that you'd like to show to the listening audience.
Yes, are you ready? I'm standing on a pedestal thing. Let me shove that out of the way. First, I just want to share old Matrix, the look, about 20 years ago. Morpheus is there too, but it's hard to show. And then this is the current one. Just arrived last night, actually. There they are. Okay, that's the Matrix side of things. And
they haven't changed.
This is the new book
in their life.
Someone else wrote that I'll be part of. Daily Doubles with C.J. Morgan and Jack Ballard. That comes out anytime. And that's about it. Yeah, I showed you the other goodies. And now I'm lower. It's okay.
So,
who's that? Madeline.
Yeah, she said, love it, Debbie. Cool.
Okay. Oh, and my website there's a little bit of Trinity on there now. It used to just be my books, but it's alliesadventures.com. And Allie is spelled A-L-L-I-E, but it's plural, alliesadventures.com. Okay, I got to tell you this. I don't care who hears it. Be careful when you spell it. I was on a radio interview a couple pre-COVID in person, and I went in with my publicist, sat down, and I'm thinking, oh, what are the questions and all that. And the secretary came out and said, we're not sure we can use you today, something like that. Somebody misspelled Allie's Adventures, and it came up as a porno website. Am I allowed to say that word? Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, you are fine.
I checked it out before I even took that name, and nothing like that came up. And then we explained it. My publicist quickly on her phone showed her my real website. And then the disc jockey person came out, and he was around the corner. He probably didn't want to ask. And he goes, oh, good. Okay, come on, we'll interview you. So apparently it comes up with that if you're not careful. So there, I've told you. I'm surprised a whole bunch of names didn't come up now. People going, oh no. Okay, that's
so
it.
Can you give that website one more time to make sure they have the correct spelling for the website?
The correct one. I'll say alliesadventures.com. ALLIES adventures.com. No apostrophe on the, none of that stuff. Just alliesadventures.com. And it should show all the books and a little bit of stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to say that P word.
Yeah, no, and I have bad luck like that. Yeah, I have bad luck like that. Stuff like that happens to me, and I'm like, I don't do that stuff. No, you have the wrong person. I will not do a film like that. I will not do anything like that, and I'm an actress.
Those are other stories. We'll save that for another time. Yeah. Yeah, things like that happen. Oh, Stevie, can we? Yeah. So anyway.
So Deb, first, before I get all of your contact info for the listening audience, could you first please let us know what are your final thoughts on this interview? Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I'm thrilled to be having it with you. That's my first one. I was so excited.
You. So am I.
And it was perfect timing. We were going to do this last week, and I was going to be out of town. Thank you for letting me do it today, which just happened to be the release of Matrix 4. And you know what I thought you were going to ask me? Now, I'll ask myself. So are you going to the movie today?
And I thought to ask you that. But then I thought, no, because of our conversation yesterday, I said she probably doesn't even want to go out anywhere when we spoke about.
It has nothing to do with COVID, but that is on the back burner. Yes. No, I talked with friends about it, and And people said, yeah, that'd be nice, but nothing's really been planned. And I have a feeling the first day it would be. I actually went to the theater a couple days ago, I think I mentioned, to see about promo items they give free, like little posters and things. They didn't have anything at the time, didn't know if they would. So I go, and people thought I was her. So I left. And that would be kind of fun, just to hang out in the lobby to see reactions, I suppose.
Yeah.
But again, that is close contact, and if I had a mask on, good, that would cover up half me anyhow. So no, I don't have plans right now. Either I'll see it later. I have family visiting next week, we might go, or I'll just wait till it's on television or Netflix or something. I'm sorry to say that, but I'll buy a ticket, but I won't go. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I haven't been to a movie in ages, even before.
Me neither. That's exactly what I was going to say. Me neither. Since
and I want
prior
them
to COVID.
Yeah, I want to support them. I bought other things with Matrix related, like you see the posters and all. I don't know where that money goes to, but anyhow, that's me about the movie situation right now.
I am excited
and as far as
about
just thank
it,
you
though.
so much for the interview, and I've been just blessed with having all these little projects lately, and able to do most of them right here from my own home or by. And I'm looking forward to Love, Song, and Power. That's how I want to end it.
Oh yeah, and no project is ever small. Don't ever say
Love,
that,
Song, and Power.
Every project is
that.
powerful, and every project is
me?
good. Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah. Hi, Maddie.
So
if anybody out there's going to the movie and lives close by, yeah, we can go see it. And we'll all go to Love, Song, and Power. Yeah,
absolutely. Now that movie, I will be there. I'll be there with a mask.
I guess
but
next
I will
month,
be there.
I hope, but not the same day I'm doing the Trinity gig.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Uh-oh, I hope not. I'll have to let Eric know.
Let him know
January
ahead of time.
13th is a Saturday.
Yes. Finally,
can you hear you? If we're saying goodbye, thank you and goodbye.
No,
and
what I was
website,
wanting to know, can you hear me okay?
And all my other contact info is there.
What I was wanting to know was if it is at all possible for you to give your social media contact,
I'll end it
any
this way.
other contact that you have, where we can get your book, so forth, so on. I love the book. Can't hear me? So my next question to you was, where
if you're saying
can we
goodbye,
get your books?
Bye. If not, I'm here.
Hang on, I'm gonna.
Hello. I couldn't hear anything.
Look at your chat.
I heard those twangy sounds. Ah.
All right, you guys, I want to give her an opportunity to give her contact info.
Private chat. Can't see who it is.
Oh, no, that's me.
Okay, I'm trying to read them.
It's me. And I'm wondering if, can you hear me okay now?
Yes.
If you can give contact information for
I
your
heard
book.
something like, do you hear me now? Part of that.
Yes. I'm wondering if you can give contact information for your book.
Well, at least it's at the end. My book?
Yes. How can they order your book?
Oh, there's another impersonator book I'm in, but I didn't have that out. That's okay.
Any of your books, where can they locate them at? You guys, she's having technical difficulties, I think, because if you guys can hear me okay.
You guys can hear me all right. I heard that.
Okay. So, Deborah, what I want to do is I'm going to send you a text message when we get done, and I want to see if you could send me wherever your books are located, your books, as well as where can we find your books, as well as where can we find, how can we contact you, and any of your projects that you have going on that you would like us to look at.
I heard something about a book and you have my number. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Another
No,
glitch?
it's okay. I know it's
Multiple
technical.
glitches
It's
on my
technical.
part.
Yeah, it is. No, it might be over here. It might be over here. But Deborah, I really thank you for taking out of your busy schedule to come on Lunchtime with Anna. I'm going to make sure that we post that information for her because I think it's very important for you guys to have that contact info. And I'll make sure that you guys have that on my page, or if somebody knows it, copy it onto my page, copy links to her profile, so forth, so on. I would greatly appreciate it onto this interview. Deb, thank you so much for taking out of your time to come on.
Nope.
So next week will be the last show of the year. I'm excited. We have been airing Lunchtime with Anna now for 3 years, and I'm very proud of that. And it'll be the launch of Divine Radio on 1/1/2022. So Deb, I know she's having technical difficulties. It was very nice having you on air today. I really appreciate it. And the most importantly, I want to make sure that we get contact information for you so that we're able to give this to the listening audience. If you don't mind, I'll put all of this up on air once you get off. Again, everybody have a very Merry Christmas. Be safe. Please do not drink and drive. It is a weekend and you will not be bonding out of jail. I will see you guys next week. God bless each and every one of you guys. Lots of love, lots of hugs. God bless y'all. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.